We can always find our way to.
What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button as you walk in the door. We have a special guest with us today. I'm gonna bring up my sis, and then we're gonna introduce Mr. Markel Logan, executive producer. So come on up. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
What's going on, boo?
That's the wrong ear. I did all of that. Okay, wait. I'm so sorry.
You know what? I don't know what. Okay.
I'm sorry. It took me forever to find these earrings. And then I put the earring on the wrong ear. That's covered by the hair. Oh, Father God.
Okay.
Just pray my strength. Pray my strength. Listen.
Okay. Pray. We're going to pray for her. We have the new executive producer of Chasing Dallas backstage. He is going to come up and do a whole interview. He said he welcomes all questions from the chat. So, if you guys type your questions in the chat, I will see if he can answer them. He wants to talk about, he's open to talking about all things. So Abby and I, and we may have some other people that join us along the way, but Abby and I are going to do this interview. For those who do not know, Chasing Dallas is a web-based reality series that is on the Chasing Reality YouTube channel. It is an LGBTQIA-based show, which chronicles the lives of some folks down in the Dallas area that are chasing their dreams, and they're at various stages of reaching those dreams, okay? So we're going to bring, Markel, you ready, boo? I see you still adjusting. He's still adjusting, child. You ready? You know he always got to be perfect.
Is it better like this?
20 times. All right, I'm bringing you up now. Hey, Markel.
Hola, senor.
Oh, let me just say this
you know, I'm a little cultured now.
Look, you're a little cultured. You're drinking your wine. You little. Somebody get a little promotion and they don't know how to act. Listen, this is probably going to be a very informal interview because Abby and I. Listen, first of all, this ain't our first rodeo. We probably interviewed Markel 20 times, okay? Second of all, off camera, this is my ace. This is my buddy right here. So this is probably not going to be a very formal interview because I can't even get up here and fake the funk, child. And you see he already starting with the foolishness. So, so first of all, welcome back to the platform, Markel. You ready for this? You ready to get this show going? You know how this is. You ready?
I'm ready to answer all questions.
Well, you've never shied away from answering the question. Now that I can honestly say, we've had you up here for different reasons over the years, and you have never shied away from whatever questions you wanted to answer or needed to answer or what have you. Hey, Diva One, that's another super fan of the show. Diva also reviews the Chasing series. So hey girl, hey. So first of all, let me start at the beginning and work my way up. Chasing Dallas, you started off as a part of the cast, right?
I did. I started off on episode 1, season 1. I did season 1, 2, and 3. And it was a lot of drama, as you guys, for the ones who did watch the show. So, you know, I was a subject to all kinds of hate and drama. And yeah, I overcame it.
Not overcame it. Okay. Well, yeah, because you know
I don't know why I made that question so short.
Yeah, because you know, Abby and I had to call you out a couple of times ourselves. You know we did.
Y'all called me out on some things that I couldn't really talk about at the moment, but y'all had got the background information, so y'all knew like, okay, I trust Markel.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, when you know more, you do different. You do different. Abby, you had anything? I want to anything you want to jump in and ask before I keep going? I don't want to.
No, I first came into contact with Markel on a different network, on a different reality show. That's how I came to know Markel, and then he gave me whiplash. I was like, wait a minute, I know him. Oh, he ain't got sense. It's about to be a mess. That was my first thought when I saw you on the Chasing Dallas platform, because I knew you from your works from before. I had inspected your fruit from before, so I knew what you were capable of.
So yeah, for the people who don't know, like Chasing Dallas is not my first rodeo when it comes to reality shows. I have done, I think, 8 shows so far.
Come on, Jesus.
And that's either online or on TV, whether that's the CW or VH1 and what's another TLC? No, was it TLC? I don't know about the other show, but yeah. So it wasn't my first rodeo coming on to. It wasn't my first rodeo coming on to Chasing Dallas. It was just like you know, Reese had reached out to you. Okay, well, rewind. That's not what happened. What had happened was I was talking to Premier, and Premier was like, "Where you at?" I said, "I'm at this party." And then Premier came in. He said, "Can I bring somebody with me?" He brought Reese. Never seen Reese before a day of my life. He came in. He was like, "Hey, are the rumors true?" I was like, "What's the rumors?" He was like, "That you're not a part of that other show no more." I said, "No." And he said, "You want to be a part of another show?" I said, "Yes." And now I've graduated to EP.
Well, we're gonna get to how you graduated. We're gonna get to how and when and why you graduated. We're gonna get to that.
Graduation party and how.
Congratulations.
Listen, I'm really excited and about this season because I think because since I've been with the platform since season 1, 2, and 3, I know what you reviewers and watchers and supporters are looking for, and I'm hoping that I succeeded with this new season because these people on this new season, they are chaotic. Very chaotic.
Well, let me say this, because I was gonna work my way up to that, but we can just go ahead and jump in there. So you are going from being in front of the camera, and again, you know about us, the reviewers, the critics, the fans, the chat, because that chat is the whole situation when the show is premiering, all of that good stuff. You know, the drama aside that happened with, I don't even want to go back through that. People can go through the old videos and all that stuff. We're not doing all of that. But for you personally, going from being a cast member to being behind the camera, knowing about mistakes that have been made or perceived mistakes, what was your biggest thought? Because I know there were conversations because the show ended rather abruptly, I'm gonna say. And so I know there was a lot of conversation about bringing the show back. Are we gonna bring it back? Should we bring it back? I know, and Dario, the the owner of Chasing Reality, said he would only bring it back if the right person were in place. Now I don't know if he already had you in mind when he said it, or if he had a variety of people in mind, but with all of that, knowing all of that background of what happened towards the end of last season, what were your first thoughts in saying, okay, I'll do this? Because that's a lot.
So the truth of the matter is, when everybody kept asking, like on all the web shows and web interviews and stuff, there was just like, Markel's doing the new show. Markel's going to be a new EP. There has been no, at those moments, all those months, there was contract. There was nothing set in stone. So I could factually come on there and say, I'm not the EP. As much as you guys would like for me to be it, I think I would do a good job. I'm not it, right?
Right.
So the show was canceled. November 2021, I think. Because I had that black turtleneck. It was cold outside. I'm gonna say November.
Okay, your idea of cold and my idea of cold are not the same, but go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, you
Texas
have to
cold, right?
You think
so
Antarctica is a summer
I
spot.
did not sign. What you say, Abby?
I know. I'm just talking about Loretta and the fact that she's delusional about what cold is. That's all.
Listen, below 70 is cold to me.
Okay, so okay, I'm not that.
Exactly. Thank you.
Below 70 is
I stand
cold.
corrected, Loretta. I'm sorry.
See,
work with me. So it wasn't until I didn't sign my contract until August of 2022, and we started filming in September. I guess to answer your first question, I was nervous about doing it only because I knew that because of the drama, which I'm not going to get into, the drama that was associated with season 3 and the other show and production, things like that. I knew that if I was to take on this new project, everybody, as far as the viewers, the supporters, the naysayers, are going to pick at season 4. They're going to watch and make sure the production is good, the visual is good, the sound is good. Like, it ain't blurry. It's whatever the mistakes that happened in season 1 through 3 cannot happen in season 4. So I had a lot of pressure on me to make sure that that it just looked good, visually good. The cast was diverse, that we kept up the momentum of the drama and just good quality. But if you guys see my work on like Lovers and Friends and my other shows, you'll see that my quality's always been good.
right.
Okay, speaking of diverse, let me ask it. I'm trying to figure out the polite way to ask it. I'm sorry, my filter a little shaky today.
You can be direct.
Today? Did you say today as if the other day where it's not?
Well, here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead, boo. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with you having you getting a diverse cast, are you ready for the blowback? Where because it's going to be blowback from some people who feel like chasing reality is like a for us by us kind of thing, and why is you inviting the others to the party? It already was real shaky when they invited
William the baddest.
William, because
you about to say the thickest one.
That's all I call. When they invited him to the cookout, now we had to reject his invitation because he's not the correct answer. Okay. So, are you ready for the blowback when Elder Bard shows up? And
I'm not.
The people gonna give you fever. Are you? That's what I don't know that baby's name, so that's what I remember.
The baby's name is Jet, Abby. And we trying to interview him. You can't be calling that baby Elder Barge, and we trying to interview him. Okay, let me know when you're ready backstage. Let me know.
So listen, so here's the thing with that. I feel like with William the Baddest, him leaving from Bad Boys LA on Zeus, coming to YB.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Where you been?
Look who's here, y'all. Look who has graced us. Hey, my love.
Truth and Justice has arrived.
Truth and Justice has arrived with his old skinny self. You skinny fat.
What's up, child? I've been good. I just hovered in the ether of life, child. You know me.
I know that's right. Well, just jump on there. He's answering a question right now about Elder's decision to the cast. So let him answer that, and then you just go jump right on there.
So listen, so here's the thing. When William the Baddest, for you guys who don't know, he's white, and Chasing Reality really just for the ones who watch who don't know, Chasing Reality, it has been 100% all black, right? And my idea was, I feel like in Texas, it's so Hispanic and so black at the same time. Like, why we don't have anybody representing the brown part besides Black Americans in Texas? like Spanish is basically almost the first language here. So it's almost like, why not? So he is from Peru. He is a Peruvian hip hop artist. And the difference between Jet Jeff is that, yes, he is brown. He has some of the same personal struggles, but I really feel like Jet Jeff may be one of your favorites, honestly, because he is very well-rounded. He is going to give you a full cycle on the show, and he's actually working. He's one of the, I don't want to say that. He's working. He's working.
I'm gonna give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Give him a chance.
Give him a chance. YB, anything off the top of your head? We asked him about the transition from behind the camera to in front of the camera. What kind of pressure he felt like he was under? But we haven't really dug deep into anything other than that. We're just getting started. So anything off the top of your head, and again, just feel free. Like I said, just jump on. You know how we do. Just
okay. Well, first of all, congratulations on being executive producer of this upcoming season of Chasing Dallas.
Thank you.
So in saying that, the question that I really have for you is, what is going to be different this time around?
I mean, you always come with the more structured, hard questions. I don't have to. Can y'all take him off the screen?
No, that's truth and justice. Nah.
Hello, guys.
Jesus. Okay, so what's going to be different besides production? Because visually and sound would be superb. That's number one. Number two, I wanted to make sure that I wanted to diversify the show as far as the cast a little bit more, and I wanted to make sure that everybody's actually showing something, everybody's actually working. Not everybody has a tangible item to sell, but that doesn't mean that you still can't be a part of this platform. You're still like an entrepreneur, you just don't have a tangible item. That's 3. 4 is that it tells a cohesive story, and I don't know why you gotta do this to me. I mean, it's still gonna be chasing reality. It's still gonna be like the same concept, but it would just be a step up. It'll definitely be entertaining all the way through.
And this time around, we can be reassured that personal bias will not play a major part in the storylines, affecting cast, how production is ran, and the timeliness of the episodes.
Absolutely. We won't have no issues. So I repeat, I am not on this season. So you won't see an EP and cast member going back and forth. I am not that. I'm strictly behind making sure that all the stories are being told. I think I formed a relationship with the entire cast personally, with each and every one of them. So I don't show favoritism. I'm really strict with them. I'm like, you got to be here on this time. Where are you at? All right, I'm leaving. You should have been here. I keep it very structured with them, but I also, I'm lenient to the point where I want to make sure that everybody's stories gets told. And another thing about this season that'd be a little bit different, that I want to feature, and the music will be better. Not that the music has been good then, but I recently came in contact with someone who is in the industry, who works on tracks and a writer, so they'll be really kind of producing a lot of our music for this season. So the music should be great.
So one more off the head question real quick. I apologize.
Go ahead.
Are you worried in any way that people are going to be drawing comparisons between your style of producing versus Reese's? Because everyone's kind of used to a certain formula and a certain way of things.
Yes. Okay. So I was telling them that earlier. That was probably the only thing I was nervous about signing on, because I know they're gonna watch it, they're gonna critique it, they're gonna say, "Oh, he wouldn't have done this," or "He said the visual will be better and it's not." I see the imperfections or something. Like I know there's going to be somebody that's going to say something wrong. Just like when the teaser came out. I want to say like 98% of the people enjoyed the teaser. The teaser is only supposed to let you know, like, here's some explosive moments. The show is coming back. It is not a trailer. It is not tell you the story of what's going on. It just let you know like, oh, something's gonna happen. And there was one person who made a comment like, the visual wasn't good, the quality wasn't good, the sound, it looks boring. I'm just like, you can't be watching the same thing I'm watching. You can't be.
How could it be boring? It was 20 seconds. Like, it was literally, what, a minute? I don't know what
it was 1 minute and 6 seconds long.
Right. Like, what are you talking about?
Abby, I know you played it back about 7 times.
I did.
No, it was cute because you got a chance to kind of like see, okay, who's here,
and see the new, and see some of the new faces, see the old faces.
I was just trying to figure out how that boy in the sunflower shorts ended up on the floor fighting for his life. That's all I wanted to know.
I was just trying to shorts though.
That's what they was, some blue shorts with sunflower.
So that was actually going to be my question. So how was that decision made about, because again, for all intents and purposes, the show was canceled, right? For all intents and purposes, the show was canceled, and Dario, with whatever conversations that were had, decided that we were going to bring that. What was the decision that was made between starting everything fresh, bringing in a whole new cast, versus, okay, we're going to have some old faces, but we definitely want to bring in some new faces, like how are those conversations, or decisions made, I should say?
Well, we had to, so it was almost like a new reboot. So when Reese left, he was still friends with a lot of different people, right? So he was still good friends with Ariel, still friends with Carrie, like still friends with people. And those individuals just happened to go along with Reese. So everybody who was a part of season 3 received a returning contract, a returning application. The application is not like you're applying to be back on the show again. It's just to let us know, like, what are you going to be showing this season? What elevation have you had? Do you have any new music, new something? So we'll know what to follow so we can build off the storyline. And everybody got one back. Only person who did not respond to it was Ariel. But we are in a good place right now, so this is not no shade. Ariel did not respond back to it. Carrie did respond back to it. Trey, Robert, and Dior did. George did respond, but he was in the middle of like moving to Atlanta, so it was almost like a cast member, not cast member kind of thing. But everybody else was gone. So if you think about it, Reese was gone. Ariel went with him. I'm gone. Carrie's gone. No more Eric James.
Thank you, Jesus.
No more.
Thank you. Thank you for your services. Thank you.
It's like a bullet shut up in my gun. Thank you, Jesus. I will find no way.
So that's 6 people. That's 6 people that was gone. And then let's just say 7 because of George was like in and out, right? That's 7 people. So we had to do a casting to kind of get new people. So it was like, you know what? Let's just treat this as like a new beginning, a new reboot. Okay. Refresh it. Make it a little bit different, change our aesthetic when it comes to editing a little bit to make Dallas stand apart from LA and Atlanta and just make it different. So that's how that casting came about. And it was me and Dario Oliver and Dario's mom. We came down, we sat in this office. Everybody came in, gave their spiel. Either they sang, danced, monologue, what they were doing, blah, blah, blah. And once that was over, we all went to the dry erase board. I put down my top 12 or something. Everybody put down their top 12. And whoever had that same person's name on all 4, they made it. If it was some missing pieces, then we talked about it. Okay.
Right.
Why did you choose them? Well, why I don't like them? Or why I feel like they're not going to do this? And then we just hashed it out. And then we came with a cast.
Okay. Right.
That is so perfect. I love the way that sounds. That's so organized and professional. And that's why Chasing Reality is that girl, honey.
Yes.
Period.
Listen, it's a new person in charge. I had to get some structure in here.
I know that's right. But here's the thing: when you do something like that,
cast members, that's lovely.
Right. But the thing about something like that is it's so clear. Like YB said, it is so clear to say, listen, this is how we did it. This was the system. This is how people were chosen. This was and then that way nobody can say, oh well, it was favoritism. Oh, you just it eliminates a lot of that, right?
Right.
So let me ask you this question. We know, because the three of us here have supported your platform with with Lovers and Friends and with Rookies. Well, Lovers and Friends was on Chasing Reality. How is this affecting, your own personal projects? Or, I mean, do you have any personal projects you're working on your other platform, or is that kind of on hold for now?
So it did affect it a little bit. Well, yes and no. So I was already filming Rookies. So Rookies this season, I know it was short last season. I think we only had 6 episodes. So I think I was going to do 8 this season, right? For their season 2. I completed I completed episode 1 through 4. However, some of the cast members had some personal issues that they needed to take a step back. I don't want to say what they are, but they had majority of them had personal issues. So I was like, okay, you know what? Some people were leaving, some people moved away. Things just wasn't making sense. And I didn't know how to go to episode 5 because people are leaving. Stuff just wasn't making sense, right? So when it wasn't making sense is when I got my contract with Dallas. And I was just like, I'm with you guys on hold until we can figure out what's going to make sense. When I finish Dallas, I'll come back and we'll continue the last 4 episodes with like almost like, how you do like a part 1, a part 8, a summer and a winter. It's like 6 months later. And it's like a new beginning. I was going to do that with Rookies. So that took precedent. But I will say this. I've been busy. I have been busy. And I have so many new shows that are coming out this year. Of course, Rookie season 2 is coming out. Chasing Dallas is about to come out. I am doing Lovers and Friends season 3 with a whole new twist on that. So that's gonna be really interesting. I started filming that in about 2 months.
I need you to call me so we can talk about this twist because the last season it was special and I didn't like it. So I need you to call me.
All right.
Child, the girls went The girls went missing. The girls went slut. They went on some slut rants. Hello God. They went on the child. There was a lot of things.
Suicide. It was.
They spun the block on people that they had eliminated. Like I didn't understand.
Yes, there was. I'm not gonna lie. That's some juicy tea though.
It was a good season.
One of the other ones, bachelorettes. Like I don't understand.
I'll tell you guys behind the scenes. I'll tell y'all behind the scenes. But yeah, a new twist, and then there's a brand new show that I'm going to be working on that starts in the summertime, and then I have a special show that you will see during Chasing Dallas. It'll come out during Chasing Dallas.
Okay. Well, you definitely.
So yeah, I'm busy. I'm busy.
I'm about to say you have been busy, honey. All right, so let's get to this season.
Okay.
It premieres February the 23rd, right?
Yes.
February 23rd. Right? So what day is that? Is that a Wednesday or Thursday? What day of the week is that?
Every
Thursday night? Okay.
Say 8/7 Central, February 23rd. With no hesitations.
Amen.
Okay. Well, one thing we've never had to worry about with the Chasing brand are delayed episodes. If y'all have ever had any issues, you've been very clear and upfront, and we promptly got that episode within a week of when it was supposed to premiere. So I ain't never worried about that when it comes to y'all. Okay. What are we going to expect? Y'all, now my baby's coming back. Robert, that's my boo. Robert's back. We saw Dior in the trailer. We saw Trey Howard in the trailer. Who else did we see, y'all? That's George.
We saw George calling somebody a bitch in a soft
and everybody else was new.
He was like, and I was nice to that bitch. And she's still
right. Right. Because we don't usually get that from George, right? Okay. So, Tracy. Okay, let me put this up on the screen. My executive producer said, also we need to do to get Really being Abby to do the reunions and be backstage correspondents. You better put that bed in for us.
Get to it, honey.
I see what I can do.
All right.
Have you already filmed the season?
Yeah, the season is completely filmed except for our final scene, and our final scene will be next week. So, but everything else, all the episodes, they're done. We're edited. We actually started editing. So I started filming in September. I wrapped up this month, January. So it's 4.5 months for the entire season. Because I don't do no year filming. I don't got time for that. Get in, get out.
That's what he said. Hello, God. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. They have come.
Oh God.
That's what he said too.
Yes.
4.5 months, but the season is done. We started editing probably end of November, December-ish. So we're already ahead of the game.
Listen to that.
Thank you, Trey. He said we were great in LA.
Look at the Lord. Thank you, Trey, baby. We appreciate
Can you tell us how long this season may be?
how many episodes?
It's a full season.
So about
it's a full
13 episodes. Like 13.
You know what? People don't. I don't know why people don't tell you how many episodes it is. I want to tell y'all, but I don't know why people don't. So because they don't, I'm not.
Okay, I feel you.
But it's a full season with hopefully a 2-part reunion. It shouldn't be a 3. I don't know, because one person may extend it to a 3. I don't know, but it should just be a 2-part reunion.
Okay, so here's my question: how many physical altercations? And is Robert Ray? We see him throw hands? Because I know he talked like his hands is serious. I want to know: do we get actual proof of his hands?
Isn't that like telling?
I know
isn't
they
that like
better leave
telling
my
the
baby
season?
alone.
Absolutely,
I can tell you about his hands. I can tell you about his hands.
Do we see the hands? Are the hands?
I felt
that
them.
means yes. Okay, all right. That means yes. Okay,
I felt them. Mm-hmm. They soft. They rough and soft at the same time.
Wait a damn minute. How did we get here?
Mm-hmm.
I meant as into bop a bitch upside their head.
Hey.
I have nothing to do with that. To answer your question about Robert, I will say this: Robert season 3 is not Robert season 4. All right, he is not the same person. He is live and in your face and making sure his point gets across.
Amen.
And if you don't understand it,
so it don't matter.
If you don't understand it, he will let you. I would say Robert got into it with.
Oh, he had to start counting.
Now but he's still counting.
He's still going.
He's still counting.
Robert got into it about
6.
So he pulling a cash doll. This for everybody.
Listen, equal opportunity.
Robert did not come. You know what it is. He
came.
Not that he's trying to change his mission. He felt like last season it was his first season. He really didn't know what to do. He was just kind of sitting back, just listening, and he really didn't get enough time to show you who Robert is. And this time, I really wanted to focus on like who he really is and what is happening, because the main plot, the main story, this does involve Robert. And the trailer will explain all of this. So I don't want to say what the drama is, because the trailer should explain that, so you guys can kind of get ready for it.
Yeah, and we know you're not gonna give up too much of the good.
You know I'm not. You know I'm not.
And that's okay. We don't want you to, because we want people to watch it. We want people to tune in. We want people to watch it. So let me ask you this question. This is getting a little bit away from, as somebody who has been a part of this franchise from not from the beginning, but from a very, very early stage. I mean, to see where we are now with Chasing Reality brand. I mean, did you foresee this when you first signed up and you did that first season and you first met in Dario and kind of saw what was going on? I mean, I
was going to be an EP?
You guys are almost at 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. You have a whole almost at a point where the channel always has a show on, at least one, sometimes more than one. I mean, did you see this vision, or did this kind of evolve over time? And I mean, I know that's more of a question for Andario, but as somebody who saw it from where you were.
Well, I remember when I first met Andario. I met him during the reunion of season 2 because he didn't come down for season. Did he come down? Yeah, he came down for season 1. Okay, the reunion of season 1 is when I first met him, and I remember having a conversation with him, and I was just like, I know where this channel can go to. I didn't really give him like any tidbits or nothing. I just let him know that I was always there to support. Like I know like there's a foundation here, fix a few things, and they can definitely go. What I can say is that I didn't see fully where we were going to be right now, because right now I think we have over 21 million views, and that's a lot compared to like everything that we do. Everything is so independent, right?
Right.
But what I can say is that the channel is about to make some really make some moves that should have been happened a long time ago. But it's about to make some moves and, get the recognition that Chasing Reality deserves, because we've been holding it down for a lot of people who can't come up.
Listen, let me tell you something. And this is on a whole nother conversation, but I was talking to Ebby. I don't know. Was I talking to Ebby? Shoot. Look, it was either Ebby or El Ted. He was one of these people I was talking to, child. But I talk to them all the time, and so I can't remember which one I said what to. But when I was looking at, and I said this when the trailer dropped for the Real Friends of WeHo, everybody was tagging Andario, right? Everybody was tagging Andario. Everybody was like, Andario, MTV done stole your shit. And as I was watching the show, which is a horrible show, by the way, but as I was watching it, I felt like, and YB, I don't know if you watched the first episode or not. Ebby is reviewing it. And so Ebby, I think it was Ebby I was speaking to. You can speak to this. I feel like so much was borrowed from Chase. Like I felt like I was watching a Chasing Reality franchise, from the confessionals to the way they're talking about what they have going on in their brands, even the way that they're introducing people, saying, oh, well, I have a friend who just moved to town and they need to meet some friends. So why don't you come to this party with me? And I was like, I really feel like I'm watching a Chasing Reality show. And I can't say that them people watch Chasing Reality, but what I can say is it was so disheartening for me, because I feel like MTV took his formula and tried to pour it into a more gentrified platform. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to hear, because I just feel like, I've been rocking with Chasing Reality since season 1 of Chasing Atlanta. I wasn't reviewing shows back then, but I sure was watching it. And I remember season 1 of Chasing Reality, of Chasing Atlanta, excuse me. So I'm definitely here for it. So that's why I asked about that, because it's I know it can be disheartening to see other people sort of take what you're doing and you're struggling to do independently and just kind of be like, here you go,
Well, you know what? I think it's like a 2-part thing, because the first part is that, and Dario had definitely caught it, because I think he pulled up the teaser, the trailer, and pulled up our information and saw the exact same visual. They just removed Chasing Reality's logo and put MTV logo. It was very clear as day. It was the same. I wish I still had it. Oh, it's in my phone. It was very clear as day. So on one point, it's almost like, dang, somebody's been watching, right? Somebody's been watching us. You kind of biting off of it here and there. But on the second part was, I think years ago, I think that the vision was always to make it onto TV, but I don't think Andario, I'm not really speaking for him, this is just my thought. I don't think that he was ready for that yet. I think that he is all about perfection, and he want to make sure that before I'm able to present these shows to you guys, I need to make sure that Atlanta is perfected, Dallas is perfected, LA is perfected, and all of those cities were not perfected. Now I think he's in a stance of like, okay, it's time. Atlanta's gonna do season 6, Dallas is on season 4, LA is on season 3. So many other spinoffs coming or has came. I think now is the time, but then it just wasn't the time.
And that
Does that answer your
makes
question? I
sense.
feel like I went somewhere different.
But I feel like I kind of went on my soapbox. I don't even know if I even asked the question, child. I feel like I just kind of went on my soapbox for a second. Go ahead, YB.
No, I for two things. For one, I totally agree with Really B. Like there's a lot of biting off of, this particular culture. We see it all the time. One of the things I really despise is when people with more resources and budget, right? Like
Mhm.
MTV or these other major networks come in, they know what they're doing. I say this often with other now bloggers who have bigger platforms coming into our spaces and biting off of everything that the smaller creators do, and they want to take credit for everything. They have the larger platform that's going to garner the viewership and all the people and things. Meanwhile, the whole concept you ended up stealing. On top of that, going to what you were just talking about, like I feel like it's been time, because when you guys are the standard and you have been the standard for quite some time, I feel like it should have already been, let's get into other spaces, whether it's inking deals on major networks or things of that nature, because I fear that because you guys already have so much and all of it is damn near perfect, the desire and the need to go to a larger platform, people may not be interested. Does that make sense?
No, it's true. But let me tell you this. What ended up happening is that somebody will come in, and say, hey, I want Chasing Atlanta, but I don't want all your cast members. I want the name, I want the concept, and we're going to put our own cast on here. So for us, we're like, no, because we already have a name, we already have a supportership, we have a fan base. You just can't put Chasing Atlanta on MTV and have 8 new people. You can be like, where's Kendra? Where's Oliver? Where's Dominique?
Right.
Like, where's everybody at? So I say that to say loosely that and Dario is looking out for everybody. If you're not taking us all, then you can't have us.
Okay, so y'all been getting those types of approaches. People have been trying to just come in and swipe at the whole thing. They want the popularity of chasing, but they don't want the things that encompass chasing, that made chasing what it is.
Well, I'm not in those meetings. I don't know.
I mean, that's just what I surmise just from that. Like, I see a lot of that. Like, these bigger brands will come in and say, hey, we want to buy you out real quick. But we don't want nothing else that's attached to it. We just want the name. We want the popularity that it all brought. And we're going to do everything ourselves. And without including the creators. Like, I feel like you guys are probably looking for a deal, right? I'm not speaking for you, but in my head, you don't want to sell chasing. You want a partner, someone that can help elevate the platform where all, ideas are welcome. You guys can work together in a partnership.
I think the most ideal thing is that if there was a network that wanted to license our shows and our episodes to put it on their platform and let us continue on, that would be great. If somebody just wants to invest and say, hey, I like what you guys are doing, I just want to invest and make you guys even step up a little bit more, then we're all for that. But when you have somebody who's just trying to take the concept and not the full package, it's like, no, because what's going to happen if TLC, the channel TLC comes in and say, hey, I want Chasing LA, but I don't want Dallas and I don't want Atlanta. So if they take LA and put it on TV, can we still have Dallas and Atlanta online? So there's so many different things. I know there's
it's a lot to it.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right, but let me say this, and we can move on from it. Let me put this word on it. Well, I ain't gonna say we can move on from it. I don't want to, because now we're kind of speaking for Dario and stuff, and I don't want to.
Yeah,
but
I know.
But let me put a word But let me put a word on this. I remember going to see a Tyler Perry play years ago, probably 20 years ago at this point, before any of the movies, before he got any movie done. This was, I don't even remember which Madea play it was, child. I couldn't even tell you which one it was. But you know how anybody who used to go to the Tyler Perry plays, he would always come out on stage at the end of the show and talk to the audience. So he came out and take questions. So he came out after the show and he took questions. And somebody asked the question along the lines of, would you ever think about making Madea a TV show or something? And his response was, I've been approached by a major channel. I want to say it was CBS, but don't quote me on that. And he said they wanted Madea, but they didn't want this Madea. She couldn't smoke. She couldn't carry her weapon. She couldn't cuss. And he was like, so what you want you don't want Medea, right? You know, you want what you think is going to be Medea, and it's going to be watered down. He said, and so it's not that I haven't been approached, and it's not that I haven't gotten offers. It's that I haven't gotten the right offers from the right people at the right time. And so we fast forward 20, 25 years, and we see where Tyler Perry is doing it his way. You know what I'm saying? His first movie, he paid for that movie himself. He just got a distribution deal with New Line Cinema. He paid. That's why the movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, was filmed in his house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he spent $5 million filming Diary of a Mad Black Woman using his own house, you know, whatever. And the first weekend, the movie made $20 million. His deal with New Line Cinema was they would pay for distribution. He was able to recoup his $5 million plus a profit in just the first weekend. So well, I guess I'm saying all that to say I'm gonna just put that word on Andario, like, keep doing it your way, you know. And if he gonna look at this, because Andario be in the bushes, he be watching, but you know what your vision is, and it's yours,
Right.
and it's grown, you know. So you don't have to take a short, you know, you don't have to not get the deal that you want. It's a avenue for you to still get there without having to go the traditional road. And fast forward, look at where Tyler Perry is and what he's been able to do. And I just remember him saying that. And I've heard him say it like in different interviews too, but I remember him saying that. Before I'm gonna let Eddie talk. Trey Howard is in the chat, my boo. Hey Trey.
Hey,
Trey, you're gonna be hearing from us. You know we're gonna interview you, boo. We coming. But Trey is one of the stars of Chasing Dallas. He also just wrapped up his own show over on the Chasing reality platform. You got a chance to kind of see a little bit more of Trey Howard and his real life and his struggles with family and relationships and building his brand as well. So I want to acknowledge you in the chat. And like I said, you're going to be hearing from me soon. We're going to get you up here. Boo. Abby, any questions? Y'all know I'm long-winded, child.
We know, that's why we love you. No, I just, my 2 cents on it is that this is not the first iteration. The WeHos, this is not the first iteration that we've seen of this on the TV. Right. My first introduction was the A-list on Logo.
Yep.
So it can be done.
Yeah.
And it can be done correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to piggyback off a little of Really Be on Dario. You know what it's right. You know what you're looking for. Don't settle for anything less than all of your demands being met, to make sure, because I know he's looking out for not only for everyone at his table to be able to continue to eat.
Absolutely.
Off of what's being done. So, I mean, just hold your line. You have lightning in your hand, and the people know it. And they're gonna come. And they're gonna come with their checkbooks. So,
and do the right thing, because you don't want to end up like the other girls who get their concepts stolen because they didn't stamp it, hello God, legally, and then they end up hiring you to work under the very show they stole from you and profited off of.
Make sure you have a good entertainment contract attorney to look at anything before you sign.
So,
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not doing a rebuttal on that, but okay.
It's fine. I got Tay.
Go ahead, rebuttal. Rebuttal way.
I don't have a rebuttal on that. Listen, I don't want to be sure.
Oh, you said you don't have a rebuttal. Oh, I thought you said you have a rebuttal. Nope. So back to the show. What was your biggest challenge? Because again, when you were doing Rookies or Lovers and Friends, from the beginning it was yours. Everybody knew you as producer, creator, whatever. But coming in and being EP, you dealing with Trey and George and Robert and your people that you were kind of on the same level with. It's always hard to now be in that position. So what was your biggest challenge filming this season?
They all respected me as an EP, so nothing really changed because I never had an issue with the cast. So nothing really changed. They all respected me. They knew like my drive and my style of working. The only struggle was not jumping into the scene. Stuff would be happening, And I'm just like, oh, you're just not giving the right attitude. Let me get up in that scene. Like, I just want to just jump into that scene. But I couldn't. That's probably the only struggle. Well, number one. Number two, I've never had a cast this large before. So with me just trying to schedule everything and work with everybody's schedule, because everybody has a real career, and like that part was a little bit hard, but everybody kind of really worked it out. Like everybody either... No, I didn't want nobody to take off work. Don't do that. Go make your money. I'll be
right.
here.
Right.
So
We'll be here.
I made sure. Yeah, that was so. It really wasn't no struggles. I didn't have no pushback from anybody. Maybe some people didn't like what they had said and they wanted to take it back, and I'm just like, well, it's already recorded. And we're not deleting it. But I did tell this. I did say this. I did put this in their contract. I said that if you guys said something that was so detrimental that it will cancel you to the point where you can like lose your livelihood, we can talk about that. But if it's something regular, like you just being catty towards somebody, oh, that's staying in, and we're zooming in.
Not and we zooming. No, it's staying in and we zooming in. We want to get the close up.
Absolutely. Every angle.
Well, I thank you for that, because we've seen what happens when people don't have that option and they show it. And then
Oh, you talking about the lynch?
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Yeah. The nigga lynching. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole situation. But this cast, we don't have any type of racial nothing. So okay, so let me go through the cast real quick. We have Dior.
All right, go through the cast.
Okay.
We have Dior. Of course, you know he does hair. We have Robert. He's still doing his nails. He has perfected his nails, so now he's doing nail kits. Am I saying too much?
No. Keep it going.
Okay.
No, because there's a lot of people that might watch this in the replay or whatever, and they may not be familiar. So we gotta talk about this like it's like
well, let me break this down for everybody. So we have a total cast of like 12 and a half. Okay, so let me start with number one.
Pause. Before you even get started. How is 12 and a half? Where's the point?
George is the half, ain't he?
Who's the half?
Is George the half?
That's the jury selection, honey.
Is Elder Barge the half? What's happening?
No, Elder Barge is not a half. So let me start. Okay, we have Dior. Of course, Dior is phenomenal with the hair. So everybody knows Dior does King Beautifully does hair. Robert, he was doing nails himself, but now he does the kits. So he measures your hands and like sells you the entire kit for your nails now. He's elevated.
I like it.
I guess it's like press on. I guess so. Trey, we know what Trey does. He's a stylist. He will dress you down, right? You got a chance to see more in detail with Styles by Howard, his spinoff. George. George just came to
laugh.
George just came to let people have it. No, I'm playing. I'll come back to that. We have Tetley. Tetley is George's friend. He does real estate, but he focused more on the HOA side. We have Kiki. Kiki is a transgender woman who is a sixth grade teacher who had to hide her identity from the students. The district made her choose either you want to represent yourself as a woman or a man. And she's in the Kiki ballroom scene. So there's a lot going on with Kiki. So you get a chance to
hold on. Put a pin in that. She's a sixth grade teacher, and the district said either you show up to work as a man or as a woman.
Yeah, she had to identify her. I want to say like in the beginning, maybe when she was going through everything, she had to figure out, okay, are you going to come to work as a man or a woman? In order for her to keep her job.
And she just go more into details about that. Wait, she just had to pick one and be consistent in it. She couldn't be like Maria so this was before on she Monday made a full and transition? Then come in as George on Thursday. She had to pick Maria and stay Maria the whole time. So she didn't cause confusion with the children.
But how did she get the job? Like Really B was just about to ask. Did she start the job as?
When y'all interview, listen, I'm just gonna
okay, yeah.
When y'all interview Kiki, she can go to all
write that question down. I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. You know, El Teddy and I do a whole teacher project. We do an education podcast, and I'm actually thinking about reaching out to her to interview her about that because somebody just put in the chat, "Where's HR?" This is Texas. Child, don't even get me started on the whole LGBTQ situation down in Texas. And there's no I don't think Texas has unions. So there's no union for her to go to. But anyway, I don't even want to get sidetracked off that. But I might have to reach out to her to interview her for our teacher project. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's a lot going on.
Interesting.
It's a lot going on with that. So you'll get to learn a little bit more of her background with transitioning and then her being inside the Kiki ballroom scene. After her, we have Jet Jeff. Okay. He's from Peru. He is a Peruvian hip hop artist. So you get a chance to see him dating, his music career, the elevation of like his sound, getting to know his brother who he just met his brother like a year ago. So there's a lot of family dynamic with that. We have Astro. Astro is our youngest one. He is 21. And I want to make sure I get this story right because I don't want to mess it up. So Astro, if you listen to this, forgive my heart. I filmed a lot. So Astro has always had a rough upbringing. I think him and his mom him and his family had just got their first apartment. I want to say like last year together. So his relationship with him and his mom is more on a friendship base versus a mother-son. And you'll get a chance to really see the difference between having a parental guidance versus a friendly guidance. Okay. That was kind of interesting to film because there's a different dynamic than I'm used to. But you'll get to see his struggles. Like he really came from nothing. I mean, when I say nothing, like sleeping in his car, nothing.
Okay, so is that the baby that was rapping with the little blue crop sweatshirt on, and then he was in the other seats, like looked like he was lacing up his shoes, ready to knock a bitch out. Yeah. All right. I know my knuck if he buckles. I know.
That's Astro.
I feel like he gonna whoop somebody's ass, but that's what I feel in my shine.
And then you have Kesey. Kesey, you know from last season. He is a hip hop R&B artist who was working with Carrie D.
Yeah, that was Carrie D's artist.
He was signed with Carrie D, or I'm not about signed, but Carrie D was managing him. Their relationship demise when it comes to music, and then Kesey started to focus on his own career, and he's in a lot of the mix too. I don't want to say what, but he's in a lot of the mix too. Keyshawn is from Atlanta. He is a Georgia peach. He just moved to Dallas like right before we started filming. He came out here just for casting. Right before we started filming, he moved down here. He is a fashion blogger, so he is not a stylist. He has like Vogue magazine, but online. So you get to follow the fashion blogger aspect. I feel like I'm missing somebody. We have DJ. He's an entrepreneur. He is friends with Oliver. He's opening up a crew lounge here in Dallas, Texas. So you get to follow him open up the crew lounge that's been around in Atlanta and everywhere else. So you get to follow him looking at buildings and paperwork, like really being the entrepreneur himself. You get to see Winter Rose. She is a phenomenal drag queen performer. She's in and out. She had a lot of personal concerns that wasn't really allowing her to really be in all the scenes, but she is in there.
Is she there?
And I feel like I'm missing somebody. I feel like that's it.
I do have a question for you, though. You touched on it as you were explaining the cast. One of the things that I've fallen in love with Dallas about is the fact that there's always this willingness to go there when we're talking about like going in depth in a person's life struggles or just anything. Like I've been on the last season, the trans equality and having conversations about, the differences in treatment and, Black Lives Matter and things of that nature. Will we see some of those kind of moments in this season?
No. Hold on, let me think. On the top of my head, I want to say no. Like, there's been some in-depth conversations, But because there's one president drama that kind of carried a little bit, kind of overshadowed a lot of some of those that still, to me, don't feel like it's been resolved. So I'm going to say no. There's some private conversations with other people, like solo, like one-on-ones and things like that.
Okay.
Why Trey said? Why'd I just say no like that? Yeah, it's not. No, here and there, but not what you're expecting. We're not marching down Main Street. Okay? We're not boarding up the walls. We not finna get into how to be a drag. Y'all been watching Drag Race all your life. You know what it's about. We're not gonna explain what's already explained.
But I do like the fact that you did explain you will be going through some of the hardships that some of these cast members have endured in their life. And I find that to be extremely relatable, especially for the majority of the people that watch the platform anyway. So I live that. We're not just glitz and glam. We're not just, we love the chasing aspect, but sometimes it's good to, and you know me, I'm that girl for that shit. I love to go back, pull those layers, girl. You know me, deep, yes.
Next question. Next question.
You know why we is truth and justice.
I really want everybody to truly give the show a chance. I know it's one of those things where, because I'm guilty of this, where just basketball wise, right? They get a whole new cast. You're so used to your favorites, and then when they're gone, you get these new people. You're just I don't feel like watching that. I'm not gonna give it a chance because I know it's not gonna be the same thing. But this group, when they finally meet each other and you see the dynamics, it's it just works. It really do. But you just have to, you got to get through the first two episodes. Every episode is dramatic, but you just got to give these people a chance, because when they first come on the screen, you may not like them, and then you may end up loving them. So explain the dynamics of the friend group. Trey, sit down.
Trey, we're gonna have you up here. You can tell us everything.
You can tell them everything. I will say this. When we drop the trailer, I think you guys will be surprised of what the story is. And I'll leave it like that. I think you guys will be surprised.
Okay.
I definitely need to stay the
people in the chat who've been asking. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, babe.
Oh, I was reading the comment. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, for the people who in the chat who've been asking where can you find the show, I have it pinned at the top of the comments. So it is on the Chasing Reality YouTube channel. It is a web-based series. So go get caught up on seasons 1 through 4. And while you over there, y'all gotta watch Styles by Howard. You gotta watch Chasing Atlanta, Chasing LA. You'll see a cameo from Ebby and myself at the reunion for Chasing LA season 2. All of these different things. Oh shoot. See, Markel, you made me turn my phone on because of you calling me.
Now how
so that's where you can find it though. Any final questions for Markel?
When is the trailer dropping, sir?
The full trailer would drop Thursday, February the 4th. Right before, not the 4th. I'm sorry. The 1st. Right?
No, because
what's the date? I don't know. Thursday.
Hold
on. February the 4th is next
That's
Friday,
Saturday.
Right? The 1st is Wednesday,
right? The 4th is the Saturday. The 2nd is Thursday. Okay. February the 2nd?
Whatever. Listen, every Thursday. We do Thursdays around here. So Thursday, expect something.
So February 2nd, which is next Thursday.
Next Thursday, we'll have a trailer. Okay. And then we'll post another photo of what the season is about. It looks so good. What it's about. And then I just want everybody to just give it a chance. I don't work hard on this season. All my life I done had to fight.
You know what?
No, and it's real. I think people are gonna really enjoy it. Again, we've had an opportunity to see you throughout the journey, and this is exciting, and I'm excited. So congratulations again, honey, and y'all girls better get with it, honey.
I also want to just put this out here. So we, if you are in the Dallas area, we are doing a season 4 world premiere. It's going to be at the Look Theater on February 19th. So you get to watch the episode first. We're going to post that next week. So
Okay.
Get your tickets. Come see us. Come watch the episode before everybody else. I'm not paying for your food or drinks. Just get it. Popcorn is not free.
Amen.
Dang,
Especially nowadays.
Popcorn ain't even free?
Nah, I'm living on a college, Clayton State University budget.
And I feel that he gonna go to Target and get some of Tabitha Brown's popcorn.
And we ain't doing that. Well, but hold on, before I know this was turned on me, but let's turn it on y'all. YB, you ain't did not one web reality review this year or the past 8 months. Chasing Dallas has been your baby. Where are you at this season? And are you gonna be consistent? I don't want to hear. I had to work late. My nephew came to stay with me.
Not putting you on the spot, though.
His mama got her pregnant. I don't want to hear all that.
I'm definitely gonna be in the mix in some capacity. I don't want to make promises that I can't keep, but I will say this: I'm here, right? I'm in this moment. I'm here. Yes. I'm here for this conference. You know what I'm saying? So this is setting the stage to let y'all know that I will be involved in some way. Whether it's every episode reviews or collecting a couple episodes under my belt and just giving a full-on conversation. But in some capacity, I will definitely be supporting the platform because y'all know Dallas is my girl. Okay. Yes. And I always support you. I always try my best. I feel bad I haven't done the crew conversation yet. That is coming. But I'm here. So.
Oh yeah, because I met your husband, right?
I know, child. Kat was telling me, child, y'all done met my man, honey. I haven't met my man yet.
I hugged all up on him. I said, "Ooh, YB gonna be mad."
Y'all are a mess.
Don't drink that Pepsi in your fridge.
Ooh, she said.
Child, I gotta come out there, honey, because everybody's out there. I said, okay, all my husbands is out there. Child, my harem is ever growing, so I'm here for it.
Not the harem is ever
Speaking
growing.
of seeing more of YB, I would love it if you would have a conversation about The Last of Us. I know you're watching it. You got it.
Oh, I saw the previews for. I haven't watched it just yet. I restarted a series of something, but I would get to it. It is pinned in my thing though, because I do want to watch it.
Please, I would love to hear your
Soulful Dog says, "Really, where are we with the Justice League reunion?" So let me be totally blunt about that. You will see the Justice League. You may not see all of us together. Our schedules are just so complicated. I do not know if you'll see all of us at one time, but you will see some of us throughout this season of Chasing Dallas. That I can tell you. You see YB, right? I know that El Teddy couldn't make it. He's traveling this weekend. Kat's working. So the conversations are being had, and you listen. You just don't know, but you will listen. You see my boo is up here, and so listen. We make it, but realistically, everybody's schedule is just so. It's just not what it was. Remember when the Justice League was at its peak? We were going through the Roni Room. We were home. Everybody was at home. And so and even when we were going back to work when people were working, we could work around 1 or 2 schedules. It's hard to work around 6 schedules. So so
try 13.
What you say?
Try 13.
Right. Yeah. So you understand, right? So all of us kind of just, and then we all, honestly, a lot of us have moved in different directions with our YouTube platform, and so that's a difference as well, that we're not all doing the same thing anymore. And so that's part of it as well. But again, you'll see some of us. I just can't promise you're gonna see us all at the same time, but we're around.
I do want to say that all 3 of you guys and everybody on the Justice League, I mean, I'm only going to speak for you 3 because everybody else is not here. All 3 of you guys have been very has had a pivotal moment in my production process, as far as like my thought process of what needs to be shown, making sure that things are not dragged out, making sure that things like get straight to the point. I always watch you guys' reviews and hear what you guys are saying. You guys have always been supportive of me with all my projects, whether I'm talking to you on the phone or text or, a little gossip here and there in the group chat, Evie. At some moment, you guys have always been supportive. So I appreciate the continuing love that you guys have given me. And I always try to give that back as much as I can. So if you guys anything from me this season, if you guys know what I mean, you just let me know because we makes it happen.
Well, you've always been there for us as well, giving us shout outs and being inclusive where you can be. So yeah, we definitely have always supported that,
Amen.
And I'm inviting all three of you guys to come down to the reunion. I already have a date. I will send you guys the date. What you will be doing at the reunion, I don't know. You may just be sitting down, but at least you be live and
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Do you have a host already?
You deep breathing.
You can plead the fifth, Markel. You can plead the fifth.
Okay. I had a few people in mind. I had a few meetings. Some people were too expensive. One person told me $80,000.
Girl, please.
I'm sorry. Excuse me?
They wanted $80,000.
Bitch, we on YouTube. What are you talking about?
I said,
were you trying to get Beyonce?
I said, this is an independent show. Like, I pay for everything for dollars. It's come out.
They said,
I mean, granted, the person does have a name. The person has done reunions before, but I was just like $80,000. I don't know what you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been like outside of the budget, and a lot of people just didn't work out. Okay, who in the hell? Gail King. Should I say who name it was?
Yes.
No. I mean, you can if you want to. I mean, I shouldn't say no.
So we know who to avoid asking to do things because it's $80,000 and you lost your mind. Oh, not the screen went blank.
Why he covering it up though?
This must be someone with connections. They done blacked out Markel, child.
Put it in the private
he's
chat.
back.
Put it in the private chat.
No, listen. Somebody called me. Maybe that's what's.
Oh, okay. I said they silencing him.
Honestly, the person who was going to review the person who was going to host it was Miss Claudia Jordan, and she was outside of my budget. But
Claudia, I have a show called Foxhole on YouTube myself. Said she wanted. That's why she
think about it.
I understand because she not making no. Okay, never mind.
I think the thing about it is that she really wants to be known as the reunion host that people go to. So she still does the reunions for Love and Hip Hop. She still does the ones for Zoo. So she's getting those large checks. So when I come to her,
still ain't fixed those feet.
I'm just like, yeah, ma'am, that's not happening. There's some other people of other calibers who I was just like, yeah, this is probably not going to be. No, sorry. At this point, I'll get up there and ask the right questions.
Okay. I know that's right.
For my plane ticket and a brunch, and I would have been like, I do it. Like,
do I have to add on the brunch?
80,000, really, bitch, $80,000. Okay.
I mean, but you gotta ask her what you want.
Like that. You want $80,000? What do you like?
Yeah, I mean, listen, nothing beats a failure but a try. I guess you gotta ask for what you want, honey.
I talked to
Markel, reach out to Lady J. You know what? She's not with Cable 104 no more, but I never thought about Lady J. I do have somebody. I have one last conversation before I go into my other bag. But I have one last conversation. They're supposed to call me today. I thought it was going to call me for this meeting. But some things are.
Okay. Well, Evie and I, we don't have no problem traveling.
None.
Ask Q. We ain't got no problem traveling. So,
sure don't.
we'll keep in touch about us heading down to Dallas. And YB, I would
Across the whole
love
country.
to see you in the flesh, honey.
I would love to come, but I have one requirement. I'm gonna need Kesey, I'm gonna need Robert, and I'm gonna need Woodley stripped down and oiled and prepared for me on the table.
Not oiled and prepared like a turkey.
Just prepareth a table before me in the presence of
my
me.
God. Okay.
Those are my only concessions.
He trying to stuff the girls. Oh.
Look at Markel face. Look at Markel.
That's all I need.
You
In the
probably,
words of Mary,
you probably have a better chance seeing Robert perform when he gets down to his nothing. I mean, not nothing. Robert is out here in these streets performing now. He is out here making. He just won first place. He won $3,000. Robert's out here making money, performing.
Okay, so he can afford the oil.
You guys, thank you so much for this time. I gotta go.
Yeah, we can wrap this on up. But thank you for being here. Listen, if you have not seen Chasing Dallas, please go and check it out. The trailer will be out next week, and new episodes drop at the end of the month. So, you know, right, just in time for the Black History Month.
It's the perfect time to get caught up.
Right, you have time to get caught up and be ready for
you
the
guys.
new season.
Make sure you guys get caught up because it's very important if you at least know some stuff from season 2 and 3. Now, okay, I will say this: the drama in season 4 has nothing to do with season 1, 2, and 3. Not like season 4 drama. You don't.
Yeah, there's no reason.
There's no reason. The only reason I would want you guys to go back and watch season 2 and 3, only because you still have Trey, Robert, and Dior as a family, right? You just to know what the family dynamic is before someone comes and say, "Oh, this is my daddy," like, and you be like, "How is that your daddy?" That's the only reason I say that, so you understand that dynamic. But other than that, season 4 is a whole new. It's a whole new ball game, and it's.
I'm here for new balls and games.
You guys.
You know what?
I feel like LG has shown up and taken over YB's
Please hit that like button on your way out the door.
Thank y'all for having me.
Hit the button. Oh, YB. YB. Listen, I used to look. I don't know what I would have done if you and El Teddy had been on here, child. Look.
Hey, I had a little bit of a fear of